British shoes or Italian shoes? Who is making the best loafers? We are going to see if the Gucci Horsebit loafers, the classic ones, are worth it or not versus Crockett Jones Sydney loafers made in the UK, made in England, made in Italy, the classic Gucci Horsebit. And do you know that nowadays, if you want the classic Horsebit, you need to spend almost $1,000 to get them, and just few years ago it was $670 for the same shoe. Well, I think so, because I don't know what happened. Are they now better? So I went to the store to try them on the other day, and I was wearing my Crockett Jones loafers with a really nice last. Last is the design of the shoe. That is what is called the last. Well, it's the form of the shoe is not just exactly the design. Design is more about the details that they have, so it's different, the last and the design, but it's called the last. And I know that not many people know the word last for the shoe. So it's the last of the shoe, which it makes how elongate is the shoe, and I like that design. I like how elongated they are. I know that this it depends of design, and I know that the classic Horsebit from 1953 is not as elongated as the Sydney. You know, there are a lot of different options, a lot of different designs of the Horsebit. There are some crazy ones, there are some like the iconic one, which remains and is still like the same as it used to be. Well, I think the quality is not the same anymore, because you can see some, you know, like pictures from the one from 1953, and I will say that the quality is not as used to be. Even I have seen different videos about how it was before and how it is now, but probably like 15 years ago is kind of the same, it's probably. But there is another model, it's called Jordan with shoe Ace, which is a bit more elongated, and I think I like it more, so I just went to try that one. I asked for my size, and meanwhile I was just waiting there, and I saw a few Chinese there waiting for, you know, like the sales assistant to bring them more things to buy. They were happy with their drinks, you know, that kind of thing, because they are going to carry a lot of bags with them. Now, Chinese are usually obsessed with this kind of brands of, oh, it's the prestige of the brand and blah blah blah. I didn't hear anything about, you know, the quality or whatever. It was just, we want, oh, I like this bag, I like this, I like that. So then the sales assistant came with my size of shoes, and I was trying them on, and the first thing that I noticed is the leather is really thin, especially compared with the English shoes. Also, it was like starting increasing just in that exactly moment, and I was just trying them on, just, you know, making few steps. It was like, okay, so this is what is going to happen. And I say this because as thinner is the leather, less is going to last. It's just physics, it's nothing, you know, it's not magic. Also depends on the quality of the leather that we are going to see now. So probably the quality is quite good, because it feels soft, it feels good, but I just asked to the sales assistant, where is the leather coming from? Because for example, I know that Crockett Jones is working with different tanneries, I think it's called the name of the leather providers, that are mainly from Germany, especially when it's calf and it's black leather, or French leather also. So it depends. You know, there are a few of them that are really good quality that I know. But the sales assistant didn't know anything about where is the leather coming from. Probably it's quite good, but they didn't know. And even on the web page it doesn't say anything either. And also I asked for the construction, because I know that the soles are Blake stitched, which is a type of construction. There are mainly two different ways of making the shoes, the good ones. It's like the Goodyear construction, which is the one that the Crockett Jones has, and the Blake construction, which is a bit more flexible, it's a bit less, it's cheaper as well to make. It doesn't have the stitching in the outside, it has it in the inside of the sole, so it's not as easy to replace the sole when the sole is going to wear out as well. So is the other one is better actually. The Blake one is usually considered considered more flexible, but we are going to see that as well in a minute. So I just asked for the type of construction that it has, and she said, I'm sorry, I don't know, I'm going to ask to my manager. I'm sorry, but my manager didn't know either. So no one knows about anything about the quality or even the history. Maybe, I don't know, I didn't ask about the history, but she didn't mention anything. And I have been working as well for Paul Smith, so it's kind of mid-luxury, and one of the things you need to do as a sales assistant is to talk about history, about inspiration, about the quality of the products that you are selling or trying to sell, because you're going to get a commission. You know, it's luxury, it's not as busy as a Zara you're spending all day folding or whatever thing. There you need to do like an extra offer of service, and I know that not many people are going to ask for the classic loafer, because Gucci is not what it used to be anymore. It's now doing like flashy things, you know, to show off, mainly like, oh, this is Gucci, these are the free stripes, you know, the Gucci name here, or you know, whatever thing they are doing right now, because all the luxury brands, especially like this one, which is not what it used to be at all, they are just making things, you know, to show off. That's why she didn't know anything. That's why they don't have any training, and that's why I just say, you know, the leather is quite thin. I saw that on the sole I just make few steps, and the leather also, it feels like it's going to wear out sooner as well. So you don't know anything about the construction, and you're asking me to pay almost $1,000 for this. Where's the point? It's just the brand, right? Because the brand is the prestige of the brand, the classic iconic model you're going to get. So I don't get the point. And I know that the classic Blake stitching that this one has, and the leather is a bit more flexible than Goodyear construction. And I get the point. If you want something for summer, you probably are more, you know, interested on that kind of shoes. But there are also shoes from Crockett Jones, unlined without the lining, and also with more flexible construction, and are cheaper. Because also Crockett Jones right now is around $800, and it used to be much more cheaper as well. Inflation, you know that a lot of brands are increasing the prices, not as much as Gucci, but Gucci is special because it's luxury and it needs to be always like on top. Like, last year it was, you know, like 20% inflation, so we need to increase the price more than 20. Like, let's go for $100 and another $100 and another 100. You know, this is luxury. It needs to be like always on that, and especially when brands are like Gucci, like they are not a family business anymore. The soul of the Gucci is gone. It's just a part of a group, a big corporation, which is called Kering. You know, it's the same group that it has Balenciaga and other many brands. It's not the same as the LVMH, which is another group. And we can talk about, I made even a video about Loro Piana that I'm going to share it there in case you want to watch it. That kind of brands are just focused on money. They don't care about anything else. They just have this kind of history, and they're going to say, oh, this is our history or heritage or iconic model. But you're just going to buy the name. If you want a really good Italian shoes, just go for brands that are focused in the middle. If we compare Velasca, which are shoes that are mainly made in Italy, we can have options there that are probably better or similar or same quality as this one, but much more cheaper. And even we can say that it's better than Crockett Jones, or really similar quality, and you don't need to spend the price of Crockett Jones, because Crockett Jones is also, you're paying for the brand. It's not as crazy as Gucci, but you're going to pay for the James Bond shoes, because these are the James Bond shoes. That's the point. It's like you don't need to spend a lot of money to get quality. If you just want quality, which needs to be our focus, we just need to go for that. Brands that are more in the middle, brands that are like specialized on one thing, like Velasca or Crockett Jones or even Carmina in Spain, that are making just one thing, or even brands that maybe they have a lot of different things, like for example Pini Parma. Their philosophy is to keep the prices like middle prices related to the quality you're going to get. That is our focus. Luca Faloni, there's another one. There are a lot of brands I mean, not a lot, but there are a few brands that are more focused on the middle. They don't do sales, they don't increase the prices every year as crazy because it's luxury. No, these are the brands that we need to focus on that. I'm talking about the different constructions. Mainly in Italy, we are going to see black stitching, which is a bit more flexible, also thinner leather, which is going to be also like more flexible, but it's going to wear out sooner. And that's like mainly the shoes that we are going to find in Italy. So that's why I think the shoes we are going to find in Italy, like, you know, the summer walks that are made in Italy, are thinner, are, you know, like with a more flexible construction. But well, actually the Loro Piano summer walks, they even didn't have the stitched soles. So that is a glue cemented without any stitching. But mainly what we are going to find are shoes that are probably going to last longer than British shoes. So sometimes it depends on what you're looking for, but especially if you're looking for something more durable, something that is going to, you know, like overpass the time, like it's going to remain with you for years and years, then probably it's going to be better to go for British shoes. And if you're looking for something more flexible, there are also different constructions of Goodyear welted, but they are called the flexible, super flexible Goodyear construction. For example, also Carmina, which is a shoemaker from Spain, it does that kind of construction, and even are cheaper than the British ones, and are even cheaper than the Italian ones, and they are making really durable shoes. And I'm going to recommend you here a video that I made comparing Spanish and British shoes. And that's it. Let me know in the comments below what do you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.